Hey guys. Okay, let me see. I feel like this is so bright. Let me lift this up a little bit. There we go. Okay. So, this morning, I just put my hair in a top bun because I need to straighten it. And I wanted to show you a couple things with straightening your hair. So, always grab a heat protectant. Now, heat protectants do have water in them, right? Or sometimes they have an oil base, but a lot of them have a super liquidy base. So if you are using a heat protectant on your hair before you straighten it, you are just adding the potential for more damage. So I love this heat protectant. It's a blow dry accelerator. It locks in the moisture, but it's super light, so your hair isn't going to feel like you have a lot of gunk on it. I don't like feeling like I have a ton of stuff on my hair. So when I straighten my hair, I part it into sections. It makes it way easier to straighten. Now we have our straightener. This is one of our favorites here at the salon. Make sure that right now I have it at 300 degrees. You shouldn't have it very hot. If you feel the need to have it super hot, go slower and press harder, okay? So right now you can kind of see at my root I have a little bit of a kink. Hey Jen. So if you want to get rid of that, what I do is I go in and I tap, 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 okay? And then I press all the way down. Yeah, Jen, that is huge. You definitely want to be able to change the heat setting because everyone's hair texture is different. Even if you have super coarse ethnic hair, you don't want to be using a super high heat on a hair straightener like this. If you are, grab an oil. Ethnic hair needs a very intense oil when we use a hot press. We use ingredients that are way different than things that we might just buy here at Aveda, so just keep that in mind when you're getting up to the 400 degrees. So I'm going to go in, tap, tap, tap. That pulls it off the root, and then just ever so slightly coming down, and that helps it to form across and down, if that makes sense. So another huge thing, I've already done this morning, so I'm not going to put any more on my hair, but oils are huge. This is our, if you can, there we go, our smoothing oil. It's super light. Keep one on your hands always. If you have one and you put it on your hair, as you put on heat, it actually opens up your hair follicle and pulls all of that stuff in. So that's great for your hair to be protected. This straightening iron, I want to say, I think we all, it's actually, it's a Babyliss Pro. I don't think that this one is very expensive actually. One of my favorite ones is an Ergo, but it's all about the ingredients, what it's made out of. So I'm just going to go back through. You can kind of see my darker roots. But you shouldn't have to really go through more than that. If you need to, press it. Use those arm muscles. But go through slowly. Yeah, that's why I was kind of surprised. Because we can't, if you look on this, it's actually hot out here. You can't see, there's no name. I just actually accidentally found it on the bottom. But yeah, a lot of us, oh, I accidentally turned it up. Let me turn it back down. A lot of us are in love with this because it's great for curling the hair because it gets hot on the outside. It's not great for bangs because it burns. But Ergo is my favorite one. I get it from Dan at Salon Wax in Anchorage for all my stylists. So tap, 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 and pull all the way through. Please remember, I know a lot of us, we're like, oh, our ends are so healthy, we cut them. You can still damage your ends with some heat, so keep it low, especially for those of us that do a lot of heat on our hair, because this has been on our heads for years. This is brand spanking new. So if you're treating this the same as your ends, especially on our bangs or down here, it's going to create a ton of damage. So that's why I do a little bit more at the root, tap, tap, tap. I'll go over that a little bit more, and then pull just like once or twice throughout my ends. Using a good oil will help that too. So tap, 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 pull throughout. You can get that nice and straight. If you have the root straight, it'll help the bottom to go where you want it to go. And my hair, guys, is like naturally super curly. I've done a lot of treatments on it to get it to be smooth. The treatments are finally coming out a little bit. If you are wanting your hair to be naturally straight, come in and check out our Trisula treatments for sure. So once again, just grab a good heat protectant, something light. If you're putting the heat of a straightener over top of something that is wet like water, it's going to sizzle your hair and it's going to fry it. I don't want to show you on my hair. It's not a great feeling, and it's something that you can't repair. And I can tell, guys, when you are putting heat on your hair and not using a good heat protectant. One of my guests who is a hairstylist, or was for years, came in and got her hair done the other day, and first thing I said when she sat down is, "Why are you not using a heat protectant?" And she's like, "You can tell?" Yes, I can tell. If you section off your hair, especially for heads like mine, it's not as dramatic on how much hair you have, because I've got a lot of hair. Especially if you have short hair in the back. Thank you. My guest is here. So I'm just gonna throw up this. Do you guys have any questions before I take off?
Your guest is here.
Thank you. I'm just pulling this. The 90s are back. Do you guys have any questions? So once again, lightweight heat protectant. It's not going to weigh down your hair. It's not going to make your hair sizzle, but you do want to wait until even something like this that is lightweight is dry. So I will spray it, and then I'll kind of feel it and make sure that it's all dry on my hair. Any little bit of moisture, when it's added with heat, think of a frying pan. If you want to, I always do that. Like when you put salt onto a frying pan and then you add water and then you add heat, what is that? It sizzles. That's what's going to happen on your hair. I did 300 degrees, which is typically one of the lowest settings on a hair straightener. That's 300 degrees, guys. We literally bake pizzas at a temperature that's not much higher than that. So for those of you that are in the 400 degree realm, turn down your hair straighteners, please. I can tell. I mean, I take care of my hair and my ends still, you know, have some coarseness to it. For those of you that are trying to keep your hair healthy, come in and grab trims, but at home, turn down your hair straighteners, turn down your curling irons. Don't let the blow dryers just sit on your hair forever, because that is also a heat and it's super hot. Grab a good heat protectant. Your natural body's oils are the best way to protect your hair. If you're not brushing it through your hair, you're not protecting your hair, and then if you're not putting on a heat protectant, they're just going to evaporate. Your natural body's oils are going to evaporate when you put heat on it, because that's what happens when you put heat on moisture. It just evaporates into the air. So if you have any more questions, message me. I try to do videos as often as possible. I am posting them more and more and more, so come and check them out. If you would like me to do a specific video for something that you have a question about, feel free to PM me. As always, I love you guys so much. Share my stuff. the more people that we get involved, the more videos that are going to happen. So I really appreciate you all. Bye.